All right. Happy Friday, everyone. I also want to go ahead and wish Kristen a happy 1 day belated birthday. Today, I'm not going to do a critique. In fact, today I'm going to go over um, a technique that has worked for me for a couple months so far of helping me to not get booted from live person. So, if you're already using these techniques that I'm about to show, that have worked for me and you're still getting booted, I'm going to have to do some more research. But once I started using this method, it really reduced my live person booting issue that I was having. So I'll go over what I do and explain the theory behind it, and then hopefully that can help all of us to not get booted as much. Um, quite frankly, I don't think most of it is anything on our end or our individual computers. Um, I think it's mostly with Live Person doing a lot of updates recently, and also with all the homeschooling going on, especially now that the school year has started up again. There's a lot of people taking up our internet access here in the area. So I think there's a lot of factors affecting our boot issues, but I think this will help us out a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. Okay, so um, here's my theory on what's happening. I had noticed that when I had multiple tabs open on the same window that my agent workspace was on, I was getting booted quite a bit. So, we all have to be on Facebook when we're working. This way we can get our announcements and stuff like that. We should also have our emails open as well, and all that. Just letting that log in. So, what I found to be the case is when I had multiple tabs opened on the same window as Live Person, it would boot me out a lot. And like I said, Live Person's been doing a lot of updates lately, and I get emails for it whenever they do an update. I'm not sure if you guys do as well, but I remember reading one of them not that long ago, within the past year, that they have a timeout feature, which means basically if a user is logged in, whether they're in online status, away, or back in five, if they are inactive on Live Person, it times them out and basically puts them in a way and then boots them out from there, even though it doesn't show that you've been booted on your screen. That's why we constantly have to refresh. So, what I found works is you can open up a new tab, and rather than keeping it in the same window, you can actually pull the tab and then it becomes a new window like that. Okay? And then we can go to Facebook and our email. So what this does is it allows for the window that the live person tab is on to always remain active, rather than if we're looking at emails, communicating through Facebook or whatnot like that, it's not going to time us out here on the live person page. That being said, I have not experienced issues when, let me show you. Internet slow today. Of course, there are no current active chats, of course, so let me start something. It's Blanca. Okay, so of course now it's not showing my active chat there. There it is. Okay. So as we like to do when we have a visitor on here, we always like to browse and see what page they're on. So I've found that when I am, because I always like to navigate where the visitor is on the page as well, I found that I can click that link that they're on and open it up in the same tab that my live person agent workspace is. And it does not time me out. And I don't think it times me out because I only come here real fast to just look stuff up, and then as it's loading I come back here to speak to the person. So it's keeping me active on this tab, and this is just here for me to have that reference. Okay, and so it's not booting me when I do that. So it's okay to do it like this. But all your other information, and you guys have probably seen it in my other instructional videos, that I always have a separate window open that is separate of my workspace. Okay. Um, and you'll also notice too, I keep my quick responses in a Chrome Excel document. And this is just a nice thing to have because when you log into Chrome, it's always here. All of my bookmarks, no matter what computer I'm on, if I have Chrome on that computer and I log into it, it has all my bookmarks already there. You know, it has my chat drive stuff, everything. So this way, I can be on any computer at any time. I don't have to worry about transferring files. They're just there. Okay, so if you're using a different browser, I think this is going to work too. There's probably always a tab option like this to open, and then you can just pull like that. Okay, in fact, I pulled it into my next window there, like that. But in the event you have difficulty making that tab and opening a new window, you can also go to your options and open a new window. Okay, you know, like I can do new tab or new window. Okay, and the quick keys, of course I'm on a Mac right now, the quick keys for a Mac is Control N for new window, or Apple N for Mac, or Control T for new tab, or Apple T. So Control T, Apple T, Control N, Control T for new windows. Okay, and like I said, this has really helped in making sure I don't get booted. Looks like Blanca. Um, so this, try this out, see if it works. If you're currently doing this type of system and you're still getting booted, do me a favor and notice or take down notes when you get booted if you're using this method in the next week, and let me know so we can try to figure out some other things that might be causing the boot issues. Like I said, I think half of it is not our fault. I think it's LivePerson doing a lot of updates. I think it's the internet bandwidth being eaten up by a lot of people doing homeschooling and a lot of people working from home. I think so. I think half of it is at least that. Maybe even 75% of it is that. But I do know that this method of having different windows open and leaving the LivePerson workspace on its own separate window helps. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know. And this will prevent Das Boot.